you can't say I didn't know, or I didn't say it, but you get somebody at the platform to say it, who you know say stuff like that. It'd be different. He invited, this is an example, he invited Gary Owen on, and Gary Owen told that joke. You'd be like, that's so not like him to tell that joke. Then you wouldn't have no fault. That's not his norm. Like, we don't hear him tell jokes like that. So if he bring him on, he said that, then you'd be like, oh, okay, I didn't know he was gonna say that, because that's not what he usually do. But you bring on somebody who you know that's what they usually do, so that's clearly what you wanted, because you picked that lineup. So you said you called Cat. You said you wanted Tony because you saw what he did at the last roast, which was racist jokes again. So you did want that. So you do have some responsibility. You chose that knowing what it will bring. Like, I don't understand why he don't understand it. He keep definitely. I didn't say it. I'm not. But you guys might on the platform said you personally, and I Netflix said, oh, I'm. You didn't know who was in the lineup, and they just threw people. Then you wouldn't have no fault. But you said you wanted him. You said you called Cat. You picked that lineup. Kevin Hart's recent interview on The Breakfast Club was interesting, to say the least. It was so many contradictions. And, people are human, so people tend to contradict themselves and not realize it. I think it is a normal thing to do, because you don't maybe think about every detail, but you would think he would have really thought it out and fleshed it out and talked to a couple people about it. People that didn't agree. It's one thing to talk to somebody that agree. That can also do people a lot of disservice. When you talk to people and they're just agreeing with you, that can really do you disservice, because when you get around somebody that disagree with you, you don't have no talking points to what to really say, or they say something you ain't thought about before, because you only been talking to people that agree with you. And now you stumped, and now you have to pivot and whatever. So when he was doing the interview, he already seemed like he had an attitude. Mind you, I didn't watch the whole interview. I just watched a 7-minute clip that The Breakfast Club posted on YouTube. That whole 17 minutes, he just felt like he had attitude. I don't know if he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I don't know if it was just the whole situation that he had an attitude about. I don't know if he had an issue with Lauren. I don't know if it was all of the above. I don't know what it was, but he just had an attitude. He wasn't his like normal. Usually when he do interviews, he fakes laughs and be bubbly and do the jokes. He wouldn't do it, none of that. Like I said, in the 17 minutes he wasn't. And usually Kevin Hart, when he do an interview, he will be laughing and joking throughout, and he wasn't doing none of that. He just was coming out very like harsh and brash and like almost like a jerk, actually. So like I said, I don't know if he said he didn't see the interview Lauren did with George Floyd's brother, but that don't mean he didn't know without it. Because you don't watch something don't mean you're not aware of it, So I wonder, was he aware of it, and then that rubbed him the wrong way, and he was like, it made him come in with attitude. It didn't try to come at her with attitude, but if you have an issue with somebody, you should have came and said, hey, I thought this is about this. But to just be passive aggressive the whole time was just strange to me. And I kept wondering, I wonder why he had energy. Like, I don't know anything she said about Kevin Hart. Her has said, I don't know. So why does he have such bad energy? And I feel like part of it was because, like I said, she did an interview with George's brother, and I spranked Horton. I seen a tweet from him, till I kept trying to like, what? I couldn't figure out I couldn't get what was going on and why he said what he said to her when he was like, I'm never watching the interview. I'm gonna tell you one thing I'm not doing is watching the interview. It's like, why you say that? It's one thing to be like, nah, I ain't seen the interview. And it's even another thing, like, I probably ain't gonna watch it, but I'll never watch it. I'm telling you what I'm not gonna do. I'm never gonna. It was like, okay, that was just so strange. I'm like, that seems unlike Kevin Hart. So I was just so confused. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. But Spank tweeted something basically, or retweeted something, or like something. It was something, and basically saying people talking about it. It's like clickbait or whatever, and also people like interviewing George's brother is like a form of clickbait. So it's like, I guess they like, it's not helping the situation, you're making it worse, or you trying to smear my name or come at it for a bad angle, because why would you interview him? I don't know why Kevin Hart did the interview. Like, I know he's promoting a movie, but you were promoting a movie, a good promoting a movie to me would have been one going to, I'm about to say going to a white platform, because if they would have brought it up, which I don't know if they would or not, I don't know if they care to bring it up or not, but he would have been like, oh, it's just jokes. Oh, you sitting with them while people say it's just jokes. It would have been another thing. So I don't know. He probably just shouldn't did on press chair. I don't know. He didn't have to do no press this out. Just let it speak for itself. Because if you want to promote a movie, but you knew this was going to be talked about, you knew it wasn't going to be good. So I don't know. You want to promote the movie, it'd be best not to talk unless you was going to come up there and say, oh yeah, I didn't agree with it. Unless you was going to come and say certain things. But then it wouldn't have helped the other side of his career. I mean, audience. Because they were like, oh, he think that's, because they think the George Floyd joke was good. So he would have said it, he didn't agree, then they would not come. So it's like he picked to shoot, but Breakfast Club audience is a certain audience. So I'm not saying they syndicated multiple places, but I'm saying it's for black people. Black people really tune in. So it's like, if you want to go to that audience and then say contradicting things about it, it's like, oh, I had nothing to do with it, I had nothing to do with it, but it's like you did have something to do with it, actually. It's like you did have something to do with it. When it was you kept saying it's your production company. I don't know if this is true or not, but I kept seeing that they said they took out jokes from the roast, like 18 jokes. I don't know if that's the exact number, but they took out jokes about Trump or Melania or whatever throughout the roast. But if jokes are just joke, then why would you take out any joke? That to me is contradict. Like, and I'm saying Netflix probably is the one who took it out, but it's like, you have to think, why did Netflix take that out? So you can't create the joke. If somebody take it out, that means the jokes aren't okay to say. So if the jokes aren't okay to say and they don't want it platform, then why would George Floyd jokes be okay? Or why would any jokes be okay? And like, if something is just comedy and it's no holds bar and nothing count, why did they say that he said that you can't make no jokes about his wife or his kids? If jokes are just jokes, then why do you have a boundary, but nobody else can have a boundary? Like, that was contradiction too. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. And he was saying, like, why are you blaming me because I didn't tell the joke? But he knew what type of joke Tony tells, because he said he told a George Floyd joke at Tom Brady's roast, and he went on to say that Tony tells those type of jokes. Like, that's what he does. He said, I don't expect any less or any more from him. That's who Tony is. So I'm like, that's who he is. So you knew he was going to tell either a George Floyd joke or a joke similar or a racist joke. So and you know who your audience is about. Guess he only care about one side of his audience, because it is at this point expanded. So you knew that would happen. So you didn't care, because you knew, like, you can't say I didn't know, or I didn't say it, but you gave somebody the platform to say it, who say stuff like that. It'd be different. He invited, this is an example, he invited Gary Owen on, and Gary Owen told that joke. You'd be like, that's so not like him to tell that joke. Then you wouldn't have no fault. Like, if you brought somebody on, like Gary, like I said, and you don't hear them, that's not his norm. Like, we don't hear him tell jokes like that. So if he bring him on, he said that, then you be like, oh, okay, I didn't know he was gonna say that, because that's not what he usually do. But you bring on somebody who that's what they usually do, so that's clearly what you wanted, because you picked that lineup. So you said you called Cat, you said you wanted Tony because you saw what he did to last roast, which was racist jokes again. So you did want that. So you do have some responsibility. You chose that knowing what it will bring. Like, I don't understand why he don't understand it. He keep that point. I have no, I didn't say it. But you guys might have the platform to say, you personally, and like Netflix said, oh, you didn't know who was in the lineup, and they just do people. Then you wouldn't have no problem. But you said you wanted him. You said you called Cat. You picked that lineup. And that's how you know it wasn't really a roast for him. Was it really a roast from himself? Because if it was roasting yourself, you would have had people that you actually close to. He had a couple, but he would have had all people that he close to it and did personally know. Like, why would Tony be there? It doesn't make any sense. But you wanted him there because you knew he was going to say something provocative. You keep acting like you don't. You did. And Netflix knew it too. That's why they left the jokes here. So I'm just like, he keep acting like he don't have any fault or responsibility, but you do, because you chose him and knowing who he type of jokes he killed. Like I said, it'd be different if you brought somebody on and they told her, like, it'd be different but on Chelsea. She don't tell them take jokes neither. And if she said it, like, I brought Chelsea on, she don't usually say that, stuff like that. So I didn't really know. And then too, it's like, you saying it was distasteful to us and our culture and this, but you were sitting there laughing. I wish they would have. That's the main thing I wanted to know about was the laughing part of it. Like, I really wanted to know, did he genuinely think it was funny, or was he laughing just to laugh? So if he thought it was funny, everything is null and void, because you keep saying it ain't distasteful if you're laughing. So the fact that he was laughing, I wonder, was he just laughing to laugh? And that's another issue too. If you just laughing to laugh, it's like, huh? Because I wonder if somebody would have deviated and said a joke about his wife, would he say something then? Like, would we got a Will Smith moment? Probably not that one Kevin, but on a daily. Or would he just say cut it out? Or would he still laugh if somebody told a joke about his wife? Would he laugh then? I wonder. Because people always talk about Will Smith before he slapped Chris Rock. It was like he laughed, but to me, it was like, okay, you think it's funny? Like, oh, you think you're playing with me? That's the laugh I got from it. He would keep saying he laughed, but it was like, it's one of them laughs like, oh, this man playing with me. Like, you laugh like, oh, you think this is a joke? That's what the laugh I got from it. But the way Kevin was laughing was like, like he just really showing all his teeth, child. He really just was really laughing. So I wish they would ask, like, you were laughing, so did you genuinely think it was funny? Then if he would have said, yeah, it's like, okay, so you think the joke is funny, so it can't be distasteful. And then if you're saying you was fake laughing, like I said, that's a whole nother thing. So you just go along and get along type person. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know why he did the interview. It was just, he came off like a prick. He came off like a jerk. It was just very strange. It's like you keep saying, I didn't say it. But you platform a person to say it, knowing that's the type of person they are. And you keep saying, well, my production company and this, like, Kevin is so constantly always worried about the numbers. He don't care about nothing else, and it's strange. Well, I'm very interested to see how his next project will do. It will probably do okay because I think it's more of a mixed cast. I'm talking about his movie. I don't know the name of it. I'm not going to watch it. And not because of this situation. It wasn't a movie to give me that to begin with that I would have wanted to watch. But of course, we know Jumanji, the next one will be do great because it got The Rock in it. And this is, I took that first cash. And he got, what's that bigger dude in it doing funny? I can't get his name right now. But obviously, that's going to do good. I mean, it is what it is. That's going to be great. But this movie on Netflix, I really can't wait. Is black people really going to watch it just to talk about it? Or I wonder, is they not going to watch it? But like I say, is a white audience going to be enough to carry the movie? I don't know, because I think he's the main. Like, I saw the cast and I didn't really super recognize any of them like that. Maybe little, but not really. Like, I couldn't say, this person was on this person was on that. So, he's the biggest draw. It ain't like it's another draw. Like, Jumanji, Rock, and, other people are a draw as well. But with this new movie, it's not really a big draw. So, yeah, that interview, just like I said, rubbed to the wrong thing. It was just very strange. I hate people that be acting like people are so stupid and like they don't get it and like this and this and that. It's like, and he knew that most likely. I'm guessing. I didn't watch the Tom Brady ones because that's just not my type of audience type of thing. That's why I didn't watch this one, because I want a roast to be a certain way, to look a certain way, and I want certain comedians on, and I don't want to see other comedians. That's why I didn't watch it. But he knew just because somebody don't watch something, stuff don't get clipped up. So you can say if you don't like it, don't watch it, but it's still gonna get clipped up. So, huh? And then he said in an interview, he was saying that he didn't have to explain himself because Charlamagne was like, "Why you didn't just say you call, I guess, a family friend of the Floyd family?" And he was like, "Why you didn't say you call him right after?" He's like, "Cause I don't have to explain it." Then why are you on the Breakfast Club doing an interview then? Like I'm saying, it was one big contradicting mess. Like, why are you on the Breakfast Club talking about it because like I said, your movie didn't get promoted. The only thing people talked about from the interview was the George Floyd thing, and the main thing they clipped was you talk about the George Floyd joke and the roast. So it couldn't. Then he made a post talking about like after the Breakfast Club interview saying, I don't know what it was verbatim, but the main thing that stood out, it was two things that stood out to me. One, he was saying people don't understand truth. We know you didn't say it, and no, we didn't want you to get up there and slap him like Will slapped Chris Rock. No. But to me, would have sufficed to me. One, like I said, he could have cut the joke out. But it's multiple things actually. Let's say he left the joke in, but let's say he didn't have no right to take out the joke, which I'm sure he did, because he said it was his partner with his production company or whatever. So whatever. But let's say they left the joke in. In that moment, if he wouldn't have laughed, he didn't have to laugh. Everything somebody say up there don't mean it's funny to you. So you don't have to laugh. I don't see many roasts, especially back in the day. In certain people don't be laughing. They be just look at them. Like, if they don't think it's funny or they like feel insulted, they just don't laugh. Like, you seen how Regina, how people said she wasn't even laughing. She was just stone face. And he had to be stone face those times. I'm sure if stuff that was funny to him. But you don't have to laugh at everything these people say. It's very weird. It's very performative and it's strange. You don't have to laugh at everything these people are saying. That's one. So him not, if he didn't just laugh and look at him, okay. And he could have said, "Oh, okay, that's enough." But maybe he wanted to stop himself, so he didn't have to say nothing. Just not laughing with the suffice in that moment. And then when it came time for him to talk, if he just would have either made a joke back to him or addressed it, like, "I ain't like that George Floyd though. Y'all getting too comfortable." I think they said Cheryl Underwood said something to that effect about you was close to saying the N-word, something she said, but that would have sufficed for people. I think. I don't know. Maybe not, but to me, I have a logical break, so that would have sufficed me if he just would have said, one, not laughed. And if he did, like I said, laugh, he could have came out later and said, "I don't know, I was just laughing because I was nervous, or I was just, I don't know." Whatever the reason was. But if he would have just said, "Hey, you can do," because it would have been, people would have laughed at that too. "Hey, okay, that door photo you get a little too comfortable. You will still around a whole bunch of black and you get a little too comfortable now. You gonna be able not to breathe." Like, you know what I'm saying? Something like he could have, like, you're a comedian. You're supposed to be thinking quick on your feet. Like, you don't know, can't think, come on, quick on your feet. You don't know how to roast no more. Like, you black. I know you grew up in a black family. You don't know how to roast. Like, he could have flipped it on him. Like, "Hey, you keep playing, it's gonna be some brutality on you," or something. Like, he could have flipped it on him, and that would have sufficed to be. But just to let it fly and not say anything, it's like, if you know somebody's saying racist joke to you, say something back to them, or counter it, or address it, or something. Like, you just let them say whatever and didn't trust nothing. And even with the women, like they was talking about all the black women up there, I guess besides Virginia Hall, because she wasn't playing that, but like Cheryl Underwood and even Lizzo, they were talking about them. Even like they said, little Sean Gillis or whatever his name is said something about Tiana to call the B word. I don't know. That's what Dr. Umar said. I don't know, but like I said, I didn't really see that, so I don't know. But it's like he went on to defend black women. I ain't let you talk about my sister like this. And then I was like, "Oh, if he would have stopped that, that would have been fine." But then he wanted to say, "Oh, I ain't let you talk about the B words and they all single." You just, first, when he first made the statement, you can tell like the black woman was happy he was saying it. And then also the white man was like, "Oh, dang, we should say that." But then when he went on to joke and be like, these and they sing, it's like, he just dropped the moment. I get it's a roast, but okay, you can joke on there, but you're not joking back on them in a certain way. It just really doesn't make any sense. It's like people always cut out jokes about Trump and jokes about Jewish people, but like, black people is like whatever. And like I said, what was the jokes that they was telling that was actually about Kevin? Like, you said in that George Floyd joke, you just offended every black person up there because you wanted to just offend every black person. It's just be offending Kevin Hart. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't know. He shouldn't have took his wife and his kids off the table, because that's crazy. If you a comedian, you really stand in jokes are just jokes, then why are you taking anything off the table? So you understand that stuff is important to you and can hurt people close to you, but you don't understand it on a broader scale. And I do give people, whatever matters to them, that's what they focus on. I understand that concept. People are very one-dimensional when it comes to, it offends me because I experienced it or I know somebody experienced it. But if I didn't experience it, then I can laugh. I do understand that whole concept. So, but still, you can't say that in one vein and not understand the opposite. So it's very strange.